Yeah, it's real late, Hot 97 on a Sunday night in New York City. My name's Peter Rosenberg, and really excited to see this guy's reemergence the last couple months, man. Jersey's own Ransom.
It's a good word.
Reemergence?
Yeah, I like that word.
Well, let's talk about, let's start recent and then we'll go back.
All right.
It feels like what happened was that someone asked Nicki Minaj about you writing for her.
Yeah.
She seemed to get tight about it on some level or gave a response with some sort of emotion to it. That got some news. And then it seemed like you were just like, oh, damn, hold on. They talking about me? Let's go. And then it seemed like you really have capitalized on that.
Yeah.
Got with Static Selector right away.
Yep.
Put out a great album, and here we are. Is that basically what happened?
I mean, it was a lot more stuff happening in between that, but yeah, basically that's what happened. Yeah, but with the whole Nicki stuff, I'm just trying to put that stuff behind me. But
can we bury it right now? Can we put a bow on it? Like, what was the final? Was there a final resolution to the conversation?
Nah, we haven't talked about it.
You and her haven't talked.
Nah, not in person. No.
And did you? What was your statement on it? That you had done work with her?
Yeah, we've done work. She knows we've done work. Like, I mean, everybody knows we've done work. It's not, you don't hide that stuff. So, but.
And you never went around boasting what you did or anything like that.
Nah, I don't have to. I never used her or anybody else to gain any type of recognition. I don't need to do that.
But you did take advantage of the opportunity, as you should have, when people are speaking your name in a big forum.
Yeah, I just think that the light kind of a little bit of light shined on me, and then a couple more people started to realize what I was doing. So I don't think that I actually capitalized. I was basically doing what the hell I've been doing anyway.
Were you and Static already doing a tape?
We was in the works. Yeah.
But it sped up the process.
Yeah, it spread.
Good.
It did spread it. You just see.
Whatever it takes, man. The tape's really good.
Thank you.
It's really good. What's it called?
It's called A Proposal. It took us, and once we got in, it took us 4 nights, and then we were done.
4 nights?
Yeah, did that in 4 nights.
Including the record Jade, which just won 5 days on Battle of the Beats.
Yeah,
really
true.
Good song.
Thank you.
So let's go back now. You're from that class of like 2007?
Yeah.
Right around there?
Yeah, around there, yep.
Stack Bundles.
Yeah.
Chinks.
Yep.
Who else?
Fab, Joe.
Frenchie was around then too, right?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your story. At least start us from the beginning, from back then.
I started with a group called the A-Team. Me, artist named Hitchcock and Joe Buttons, and we just doing Clue tapes. And Clue heard us. Well, Clue heard us first, and he was like, "Yo, y'all hot," or whatever. And we started doing Clue tapes.
This is mid 2000s. Oh no, early 2000s.
2005, maybe.
Okay.
2004, 2005, maybe a little bit earlier. But so I started on the mixtape circuit, messing around with Clue. So it was the Desert Storm thing, Fab, me, Joe, Hitchcock, Stack Bundles, Paul King, that whole thing. And that's where my whole thing started from there. And then I got incarcerated like shortly after that. Maybe like in 2009 I got.
How long were you there? Were you gone for?
I was going 2 years.
Oh wow. So right in the middle of it all.
Yeah, in the middle of it, yeah, basically. And it's over altercation with me and Joe Buttons.
That's what you went to jail for?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Was the altercation between you and Joe?
Yeah.
And you went to jail for it?
Yeah, 2 years. They gave me 5 years, and I went to.
Did you brandish a weapon?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that'll get you.
I know, yeah. So.
That'll get you. That'll get you every time.
Yeah.
Have you and Joe since worked anything out or no?
Nah.
It's not good.
I seen him, but I'm on parole, so. But I don't got no,
You don't have ill will towards him still?
Nah. Put it in the past. It's over with.
So you guys got into an altercation. Yeah. You pulled the burner.
Shots was fired.
Shots were fired? God, why do I not remember the story? Where was I? Where was this?
I don't know where you was at.
Where was this whole thing?
This was in Jersey City. And
in 09 and 08?
Yeah, there was a videotape of a guy getting slapped on camera. It all stemmed from that. And then he came down to my block. He had a couple dudes with him.
Oh, okay. I'm starting to remember the story now. All right.
Yeah. And shots was fired, and I got incarcerated. And now I'm back.
And now you're back. Well, I'm glad you have no ill will.
No.
What were the 2 years like in jail?
I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself. I learned that it's damn near like college, except you learn about yourself. That's the subject. And Yeah, that's the subject, and I learned a lot. So I just took the negative and I turned it to a positive. So now it's like all business now. None of that stuff I was doing before.
The class of artists of which you're from, that Stack Bundles, Chinks, French era is sort of interesting because, of course, the first one who should have been out the gate first was Stack. And then we lost him.
Yep.
And then it's been interesting to watch how everyone's emergence has happened.
Max B in the mix of it.
Oh, Max B there too, right?
So yeah, we lost him too.
Yeah, Max B was from the same era. He was popping. He went away. So now here we are. French gets on.
Yeah.
Gets it going. Now he's a huge star.
Yeah.
Chinks is now starting to get it going.
Yeah.
And now Ransom's starting to get it going again.
It's like the 04 QB class.
Yeah, it's very strange. So where are you from originally?
I'm from Brooklyn originally, and I was raised in Jersey though.
And then and the affiliation from Queens came from Clue?
Yeah.
It came from just rolling with those guys, and that's how you got down with it. So who were you, which other rapper were you closest with from that group?
I would say Stack. I was close to Stack. Me and French was cool. I talked to French when I was locked up. But me and Stack was the real cool.
And you did a lot of records together.
Yeah, we was like almost like brothers.
So what was that like? Tell us a little bit about what it was like for you to get through. 'Cause that's a lot of, you had, between that and going to jail, you went through a lot in the last decade. What was losing Stack like for you?
Oh man, I felt like I was alone, because me and him were alike, in so many ways. He just was real, you know what I'm saying? He was like a real brother. So when I felt like I was just alone, and his whole situation made me look at mine differently. So I was like, man, I gotta start carrying, 2-3 guns, if you killed him in his own neighborhood. So I started, I think that's where I started, was like, all right, now I need to, be on my street stuff or whatever. But
so in some ways it had a double negative impact for you.
Yeah, it was like now it's like, oh, you gotta watch it out here. So. But it was real tough losing Stack. I mean,
what made you similar as people?
Stack was a real person. Like, he'd tell you what was on his mind, and he didn't sugarcoat anything. And I'm kind of like the same thing. A lot of times people, that rubs people the wrong way, but people don't like the truth. This whole country is not built for the truth. So
that's sort of how. But now, before everything went left with Joe, were you pretty close with him as well?
No, we was never that close.
So even when you were in the group together, you weren't close?
Nah, we was just all right.
It's funny, I always call Joe quite a curmudgeon himself. Joe doesn't, if he doesn't like something, he will let you know with his face and his words he doesn't like it.
Yep.
But you guys, it's another thing, like, it seems like that class, particularly you and Stack, Budden to a degree, there's really a certain level of like street lyricism that is unique to this area.
Yeah, I would say that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are a breed of MC that is very much, I don't know if it's the influence. Were you influenced by Big L too? Like, who was?
Yeah, definitely Big L, Big Pun.
Yeah, you bust out some pun references and things like that, right?
I love pun. Nas is one of my favorites. But yeah, definitely influenced by. But I think our street sound is different because we came from that era. So it's like we're the only ones with that kind of sound, I would say. It's you mixing little tricky metaphors and, with the street bars and you still stay on subject, and you play with your similes and your lines. So I think we keep that sound alive. I mean,
where do you where can an artist like you go? Like, what do you think is the best case situation for a Ransom? You know what I'm saying? A guy who really is street and lyrical. What's the best case scenario? Because you're not going to put out no bullish. I mean, that Jade record is a great song, and that's probably as soft as you can go, and that's not soft either. Even though it's a chick record, it's still not a soft record.
Nah, it's not a soft record. I mean, I don't like to put myself in a box, but no, I'm not. You won't see me shaking or Harlem shaking.
No Harlem Shake.
Nah,
that's too bad.
Yeah, you're not gonna see that. But I don't want to be put in a box either. But I think sky's the limit because I just think it's coming back around.
It does seem that way, right?
It seems like that. It seems like it's coming back around. and I want to be the ones leading. One of the ones leading the forefront of when it comes back around. If it comes back around, well, I'll make it come back around.
What makes Jersey different than Brooklyn and Queens and New York in general?
Not too different. It's really not different at all. Kind of, the streets are streets to me. I've been all around in different kind of streets, and they're all pretty similar. Philly, Baltimore, wherever you go.
The Northeast streets feel pretty much the same.
Yeah. So, there's not too much of a difference. Not to me.
Do you think there's anything musically that separates people from Jersey from New York?
I don't know. I mean, when you listen to Redman, do you say...
Yeah, not really, no.
You'd be like, oh, that's a Jersey. No, if you didn't know he was, you can't really tell. No, I wouldn't say that.
All right, so what's the next thing for you?
I was with Static last night. We was working on some records, so, we look out for the Proposal 2. Yeah.
That's a possibility, huh?
We got it. We already started it, so, and we work quick, so.
Have the offers started rolling in overseas and whatnot?
Yeah.
I gotta figure they're feeling that project.
Yeah, it's different now. Now it's after working with Static, it's different worldwide wise. I'm getting a lot more worldwide love. Czechoslovakia, like what
Now, are you allowed to travel?
Not yet.
How much longer you got? Wait, but it's been 5. Oh, you finished in 11.
Yeah.
2 more years?
No, I'm off February 13th.
You're free to travel?
Free to travel.
Anywhere?
Anywhere I want. I'll be done with my 5 years. Done.
So as of February, so then you can start getting some money overseas, change the game a little bit.
Yeah. Now, then I can start, really working as an artist. I'm really constrained right now, but February 13th.
How difficult is that transition when you get out of jail and you're getting back to rhymes, but at the same time you got to be clean with what you're doing?
Yeah.
But you got to make money.
Yeah.
How difficult was that transition period?
Difficult. Real difficult.
I mean, did you at any point did you go out and get a job? You ever just roll up? You never rolled up to Target like, yo, I was working the home food section.
I couldn't do that. I can't.
9 to 5's not for you.
Nah, never. I'll never do that.
So what do you do? So how did you survive at first? You just start right away trying to bang out verses and
yeah. When it was tougher at first, when I first came home, it was like wow. But I came home to a little bit of money that I had saved from before, so I was good until I started heating up.
Oh, so the first time around you were able to put a little money away and keep that waiting for you.
Exactly. So I came home and I was all right. I was good for at least a year.
How many visits did you get visited all the time in jail? And where were you, by the way?
I was in Bayside State Prison, and I didn't get visits a lot. Like I said, I talked to French a couple times.
What about your fam though?
Oh yeah, my fam, yeah, of course. But as far as I talked to friends, I talked to Trey the Truth. I was in jail. That's about it. But
why Trey the Truth?
I don't know. We just gotta. That's my boy. I don't know. He's a real dude too.
He's a real dude. He hit me up yesterday. I got to reach out to that dude.
Yeah, he's a real dude. You ever go to Houston, you got to check Trey. So he's one of the realest dudes. We've been friends since I started doing it. So he reached out to me and we talked when I was in jail. Also French, and that's about it though.
Who are you feeling of the cats who are sort of leading the movement of hip hop these days? Your Drakes and your Kendricks and some of the bigger names out there, your A$AP Rockies. Is there anyone you're particularly feeling that you think is a real, positive, a beacon of light, if you will, for hip hop?
I like Kendrick. Kendrick is crazy. Drake is dope too. I like those dudes. As far as on this side though, I think it's a little bit slacking on this side of things.
New York, the East Coast. I mean, we don't really have anyone.
The East Coast, yeah. We don't got that one, pillar. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have a Rick Ross or we don't have that. I'm not talking about Jay or Nas.
They've graduated from that.
They've graduated.
They're legacy acts at this point almost.
Yeah,
they're still current, but they're legacy.
Yeah, I don't put them in the same category as Rick Ross or Drake or whatever. So we don't have that one person. That Biggie Small. I think that's missing. That strength, that one. The kind of guy you could fall back on. Oh well, I know Biggie will come or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we don't got that. So I'm here to fill that void. I'm here to fill that void. I'm strong enough. And I'm lyrical. I got all. I'm fucking handsome. I'm sorry. I got a little.
You got excited about that. That's what got you emotional. When you talked about your looks, you're like, I mean, I'm handsome. All right. Yo, his name is Ransom. The proposal's out right now. Appreciate you coming by, bro.
My man.
Jersey, stand up. You know what it is. Real Late Hot 97.